Today on Kuro Talk, we'll be discussing the story that has been trending on all social media platforms about two men having sex in a public toilet, knocking themselves and moaning out loud until when they were caught by fellow people that were using the public toilet with them and almost lynched until the police came to rescue them. I remain your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, and I'm always joined by Chimereze Henry Ahunaya in our Toronto studios in Canada. Welcome, Chimereze. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Achafo. I am fine. I'm gorgeous. And how are you doing?
I'm very, very well, fine. Thank you so much. And today we brought you the news that has been trending on various social media platforms where two homosexual men were caught in a public toilet.
Two persons suspected to be homosexuals escaped the mob attack after they were allegedly caught having sex in a public toilet at Maiteri Park, Port Harcourt Rivers. Punch reports that one of them, said to be in his early 40s and identified simply as Stephen, was reported to be sleeping with a young man in the toilet when they were caught. The attendant of the public toilet, Mr. Vitalis Andrew, recalled that Stephen and his alleged partner paid him money to use two different toilet rooms, but another customer who was using one of the toilets heard loud moaning and suspected something was fishy. Andrew claimed that the customer climbed the wall separating the two toilet rooms and saw Stephen having sex with his partner. This morning, one guy paid me to use the toilet, unknown to me that the person who stood by him was a sexual partner. The man entered, followed by his partner, and some minutes afterwards, we started to hear loud moaning. We peeped. We saw both of them making out, but before we could raise the alarm, they had run away. So I went to where his car was. That was Stephen's car was parked, and I could not find him. So I called my Oga and he instructed me to find him and hold on. And we have handed the man over to the police station, the attendant said. The manager of the public toilet, Chamberlain Dapper, said he called the police who came and rescued the suspect from the mob. This morning, I was coming from the house when my second called me that he had caught someone sleeping with his fellow man inside the public toilet. So I asked them to hold on until I come. Before I arrived at the place, the second person had run away. As I came in, I saw a crowd. All of them were eager to beat the man, and I asked them not to. When I saw the situation, and noticed that the crowd wanted to overpower me, I called the police. The police arrested him, and we went to the station where I made a statement. They asked me to present the eyewitness that saw them. I went to the man's shop, but he was not there. So I reported back to the police to tell them that at 11 a.m. I would provide the witness, end quote. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson of the State Public Relations Officer, Nnamdi Omoni, said both suspects are now in custody. This is Mrs. Kuro Talk reporting live for Kuro Talk Studio.
So now that you guys have seen that video, which is a voiceover rather, to explain in details what that story is about, we'll just give our candid opinions and just say some things that you might have missed out, and also give our opinions just on it. So starting with you, Chimereze, what did you feel about that story? Or what would you like to see?
For me, I felt like where was their decency? Where was their dignity having sex in a washroom, knowing how homophobic Nigeria is? What did they expect? Did they expect they were going to have sex and they weren't going to be caught? Secondly, we know these days there are either CC footage or even attendants in the washroom, and it was said from the story that they paid their fees to use that place, paid it to the attendee. Far from paying their fees, knowing that someone was going to be in that place, knowing that people were using the restroom with them at that time, they were even having the courage, the guts to be moaning. That is the height for me. Knowing all this, I kind of feel they kind of got what they bargained for, because knowing that, okay, you're going to use a public place and people are going to be there, what were you expecting? So I feel this is high time we need to use our sense, our common sense, and know, okay, I cannot do such here. They could have rented a hotel or a motel. They could have even maybe used their car, gone to a very discreet location far away from where the outskirts of the city to do what they want to do. There were so many other options than the public washroom. I feel those kind of fantasies can still be, established or executed even in a different setting. If it was that, okay, this said washroom was outside the scale of the city, but it was in my tree. I am from Port Harcourt, I am a PH, but I know what my tree is. My tree job area, those area, my 1, my 2, my 3 are a highly populated area, and they are always like, there is a major market there, there is park there, so there is always a crowd of people in those locations. I felt they could have done this somewhere else. Over to you, Mr. Chaffo.
For me, I would say it is only people that want to play hypocrisy that will call these people out with their full chest and say, oh, what they did is barbaric, is out of this world, is this and that. Every queer community member has once in a while gone slightly over the board in trying to have sex. Some of us have had sex maybe in a room whereby our family member was close to the next room. Can I land, please? Well, we will not start this episode with interjection. Only there have been slight chances where LGBT community members, we brought them, some of us have brought them, that's why I'm using the word us, so everybody under the bus, brought them to family house, our family house, to our home, where we know our mother, maybe the mother's room is here, our sister's room is here, our father's room facing here, and we're still having sex with the person where we know we almost get caught. Or
But were you mourning loud, or were you having sex loud?
Can I just say it's a risk? Your mother could have come in to deliver something, or come in to talk to
will
you,
lock
or
the
come
door.
into.
There are alternatives.
You could have locked. My mom would come and say she wants to do something. My mom could have come and want to visit. Or your sister could
So
come
mommy, wait, I'm coming.
Can
Let
I
me
just
dress up.
Let's not start this with interjection. I don't. We know. Let's first land. Then when we now land, we can now go in and start thinking back.
Continue, Mr. Achafo. Let me allow you. I'll be professional.
Please, like I said, so would there will be like a separate with all those pieces. We've been in different places where we even hook up with people at even I know people that said, oh, national, they've done it at National Stadium, they've done it at the park, they've done it at the theater, they've done it at somewhere. Some people say, oh, I did it in the night. In the night, people are still working in the night. The keeper of that park could have caught you. Somebody else could have been working at that park at that time, could have caught you. So I tell people that every community member had that story. Some of them even did it in public toilet of their own houses. The people community members are watching me. They will know at one point in time they've done something that was risky, like a kind of risky sex. That when they even think of it, they'll be like, my dear, I'll go take push me to this position. But in these people's case, now coming to their own case, first and foremost, number one, a man that has a car, you are using a car. Don't you have money to rent a hotel? You have the money of God. Is it alcohol? Is it wickedness? Money will take rent to hotel. Rather, you want to pay for a public toilet. How cheap can you be? No, I ask a question. How cheap? No, it's very appalling for me. When I heard this story, the first I came to my mind, I said, money when I would take rent, you came with a car, had the car. Even what's come to us, if you are so cheap, why not do it inside your car? Kukuma park your car.
What I suggested. Go outside of the city
inside a bush.
Your car.
Kukuma drive your car to a bush. There are many bush in Port Harcourt, in those creek area. Carry your car, drive it into the creek area, the bush. Or you can drive very, very far. When you see a bush, like a bush, you drive into that bush and have it. After finish having it in your car, then you drive out of the bush again and go to where you are going to. You pay for a public toilet, a place where people use publicly. What is supposed to be used publicly. You guys go there. Not only do you go and have it, you have it.
But the public toilet too is not even decent. The ones I know.
It's not even decent. Someone they can even carry cholera from there. Such indecency. The public toilet, and you guys paid for it. You are paying for it, mourning to each other. Maybe 50, but public toilet these days is 50 naira. Maybe it has moved to 100 naira. The money that you are used to pay for an hotel. Even it just shows of madness. And you're using a car. What kind of you are an animal? That's why it shows that not everybody using a car is mentally okay. You have the right because I paid for an hotel and just
imagine that toilet was smelling.
It would have. It should have been smelling.
Peace everywhere.
You pay for two separate, and you guys manage to use one and this and not manage an elderly man.
No, we don't know the full story. Maybe in that place they opened the hole. We don't know. Queer people these days I'll just use the word too much.
And
maybe
that is why I even say it again.
hole.
And that's why I say it again. I said, see, That's why even I always say that, and the line of decency needs to be drawn. Where do we actually draw the line and put away the line of madness? That's why I came in at first to make it feel like, okay, fine, people have done this in the past, or some of us may have had that side where we did something that was risky going about. So we'll not come and play saints. Unless we want to be hypocrites. But we actually tell people that
Maybe you just say
there's a
you've
kind
done
of
something
standard.
that is risky. The only risk I can take is only like a park, and in a park you go into the woods.
That is still a risk. Right, that is still a risk. A wild animal
Darling,
could
the
have eaten you.
woods.
A
The
scorpion
woods.
could have sting you. A snake could have bit you. Even evil spirits could have flogged you. So even evil spirits could
You're
have
not
flogged you.
feeling fine. What do you mean?
It's true now. Evil spirits could have
Please.
flogged you.
There are no
Scorpion could
evil
have sting
spirits
you.
in
Snake could
Canada.
have.
What are you talking
My dear,
about? And there are no
there's
snakes in
a
Canada.
particular video. I will look for that video. I
We
think in
don't
Canada
have
or UK, where
snakes.
they
We don't have snakes. We only have squirrels, and we
that's a lie.
have dogs.
I saw a video of a snake. Even when Canada was so cold, that snakes were living inside toilet seats. Don't tell me that you don't have snakes. Snakes were living inside toilet.
No. Maybe
I'll
in
try and look for
America, you can see so much
that. Was
snakes
in
in
Canada.
America.
I will try and look for that video, but it was in Canada where
Darling,
where snakes were living.
I've come to Canada, I haven't seen no snakes.
I
That's
will
what
try
I
and look
can
for
say.
that video. Like I
I've
said, if
seen
I can find that video,
I have
if I can
coyotes, I've
find that
seen
video,
foxes, I've seen bears, I've
like
seen
I said
bears.
again, if I can find that video, I'll try and share it again. But even if snakes not catch you, a bear could catch you, a scorpion could sting you, evil spirits could flog you. Because I've seen, but I've seen sacrifices. There's a particular video where I saw a sacrifice in Canada. I think in Canada or UK, I can't remember where again, but let me not be sure that.
Darling,
But
those
I
are your
saw
people that come here and do those things.
where they were putting yam and oil and egg for sacrifice.
Maybe
For
they
our
were
people,
acting a comedy and they forgot to remove their props.
they were adding a comment I forgot to remove. That's why I said maybe evil spirit could have flogged you, or evil spirit or snake could have stung you,
Carry
or
on. Can we pass
a
that
bear
chapter? Okay, we
or a
get the
bear could have
point. Go
hit
on.
you, or a bear could have eaten you. So what you did too was even risky.
You have a
Maybe even
bear
scary.
spray, darling. We have a bear. You spray. Shh.
Did you come there with a bear skin? My dear, you came there with
Darling, when you
lubricant
go
and
into the
condom.
wood to
came
have
there with
sex, you
lubricant.
come prepared.
Okay, you would have used the lubricant as a spray. Say, I have this bear.
Do you know if it was the person I was going to meet up that was doing a costume sex, he dressed like a bear? What are you talking about?
Okay, just like a costume. Are you guys?
Yes, costume
well,
play.
did you guys have the
Darling.
sex? Did you guys have the sex during Halloween, or was it an Halloween sex? so, like I said again, nobody that could not have had it. Things could have gone on, could have been risky. Whether we like it or not, these people they could have done better. They were shameless. This is the definition of shame. If shameless was a word, just went had it indecently.
A father of a child. How? Daddy.
A 40-something-year-old, no shame. He came again. He tried to even escape. We got police had to get involved. So messy. It was like a comedy on earth. And I told community members, please get brain, get serious. We need to get serious. You guys are not getting younger. You are getting older. Get serious with yourself. Learn to do things much more appropriately. Yes, continue the push person, continue the watch person. But if it's not in the room, it's not in a safe location. If you know you are not safe, please and please don't do it.
Yes, Kanji they do person, but they still what is called self-control.
Yeah, Kanji doesn't kill.
They self-control, darling. Hold yourself.
Let's try and start getting serious. Kanji doesn't kill.
Are you telling me that if he was on a board meeting and Kanji holds him, you'll not start having sex on the table?
Don't mind them. Or you travel, you're traveling, or you're in a business meeting, trying to make ends meet. You are trying to, or you are running an order. Will you be saying, oh no, before I run this order, let me first go and have sex. So, and when I come back, and that's why that popular saying is very, very true. That idle man is devil's author. When you are idle, that's when you think of everything. Think of orgy, 3-some, 4-some, 9-some, 10-some. But when you are very, very occupied, when you have things to want, is it me that have two rooftops to go on now, back to back, that will now want to go for an orgy party and sleep overnight?
Yes, no. Some of our addictions and some of the things we fantasize over or we feel we can't do with is because we don't have nothing doing. By the time you have something doing, you feel those things that you feel like, oh, you can't do without them. You do with them because you have a craft that you can work your hands with. And I feel this is why we have so much setups and so much indecency in our community. And sorry to cut you short, but I feel you guys should comment what you feel about this whole situation. I just want to read out the comments. I want to slide into the comment section and see what people are saying.
I think we basically said everything. We basically said everything and said everything and more that we have to say. These community members, you need to do better. You need to start getting serious. You need to start knowing where to draw the line. Because I'm tired of all this bad news, all this comedy news, all this Japajantis news, or what you call, I don't even know, is it absurd news of all places? You even had the car. If I would have even given the excuse that maybe they were not rich enough to do it, which they could have even used the forest or a bush. But I would have said that they were not rich enough. But if you are rich enough,
Now, how
and
do you
this
know
just
they have a car?
it was said there that the older man had the car. That when they came, they saw that he had left with his car. Yes, it was in the news.
What?
It was in the news. Yeah, it was in the news that they had a car. That the older
Huh?
man, yeah, the older man. But I think I think what happened is that I don't know for the full story. I wish I could have video, but I think what really happened, part of like what we are saying, that just opinion, just adding our opinions, that the older man, probably the young boy, maybe just met him on the road. It was just like a coincidence. Maybe he met him on the road, or maybe somebody that has seen on maybe a queer app, not bumped into the person on the road, or he met the person at each, or met the person at an event, or probably met the person, or probably just saw the person. It happens before, even in the olden days. Somebody told me that's the way they hook up. You can just see somebody and have that tendency or that feeling. This person is queer. And you just shoot your shot and you find out this person is queer. And because of the aggro now, you're trying to
And then the
show up so
bottle
much.
is already ready to go. Okay, no wonder they went to the toilet anyways.
Exactly. Maybe you have to first use the toilet, but you are still so you would have first douche. Maybe that's why they make two separate toilets. So as he has douched in one, when he douche in one, you now go to the second one. So you collect on the TV.
It makes sense. It makes sense now.
Bunch,
Maybe that is where my
bunch
brain
of
is just
jokers.
working. My brain is just like, because I've never ever, and that's one thing, I've never ever thought about that, but it's so innocent in my brain. But now thinking about it, I'm like, people could do the wildest thing.
They're
But
just
anyways,
bunch of jokers and comedians. And we pray that community members learn from this story and begin to do better. And that's our offering for Kiro Talk for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your family members, subscribe. Tell your family. Tell everybody to subscribe, share. Comment. Don't forget to always comment. And don't forget, we love you guys. We thank you for your support. Till next episode, see you guys later. Peace out.
Peace out.